Hello, everyone. It's your girl, Chiquis, and you've reached the voicemail box for Dear Chiquis. I'm here to give you advice on anything and everything you need help with. Maybe you're going through a breakup. Maybe you're having issues with your family. Or maybe you need help figuring out how to balance your checkbook or how to start a business. Whatever the case is, I want to hear from you. Remember, these are my thoughts and opinions, and if you're suffering from an issue or hardship, you should seek help from a qualified professional. All right, now go ahead and leave your question at the sound of the beep.
Dear Chiquis, I have one question. My question is, how do you start in the music industry? Because I have idolized you and your mom for my entire life. And yeah, I just want to know where to start because I also love to sing and I sing in Spanish. I sing banda, mariachi. But I've been feeling very trapped lately because I feel like where I live has no opportunity for me. And I just want to know or want to see where this goes because, I don't know, I've had a conversation back and forth with my family and I have this feeling with God as well that's like, maybe if I don't use a talent that he gave me, maybe I'm wasting it. And that's why I'm asking this question. So where do you begin in the music industry?
Dear Ruby, thank you for your question, first of all. Look, I feel that now more than ever, with the power of social media and the internet, even if you don't live in a place where you feel you have like a lot of opportunity, the opportunity is really you putting yourself out there. You know, I think starting there and just trying it, even if you're doing covers, even if you're not writing your own music yet, if you can learn an instrument, I would highly recommend that. The guitar, the piano, that's something I wish I would have done. But you can start with just doing covers. I mean, a really good friend of mine who's super talented, her name is Carolina Ross. I'm sure you guys have heard of her. That's how she started her career, just doing a bunch of covers, putting it on YouTube. Now you have TikTok. You can do little things like that, like use the hashtags music or whatever. I mean, there's so many ways. And I think starting there, just putting yourself out there, having someone play the guitar or putting on a pista, doing karaoke, just anywhere to put your name and your talent out there. That's like the first step. And that's what I would recommend starting now. Eventually, you'll grow and people will get to know you. Yes, sí va poco a poco. But I do feel like just doing it. I always say, just do it. Just try it. And don't live with the what if I would have done it, like out of fear or because you feel that you don't live in the best place possible to put yourself out there. But I feel like with the power of YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and all these social media platforms and the internet, you can definitely get out there and have people hear you, you know? So that is my recommendation and my advice to you. So just try it, mama. Do it. I can't wait to hear you. Okay. Maybe next time on Dear Chiquis, you'll show me a little piece of your song or something. Okay, guys. So our next question comes from Angela or Angela.
Hi, calling from a little town in Colorado. I love you. I am obsessed with you, your family. You guys are beautiful. I just love everything about you guys. Your books, everything. Like, I'm just super fan. Anyway, I recently just cut out 2 of my sisters from my life. I'm just tired of them, just sick of everything. And I've just finally said, it's time. I do, however, have 2 boys and they love my boys so much. And I have decided to cut their ties with them too, so they don't get to see my boys anymore. And I'm wondering if I should feel guilty for not letting them see them or if what I'm doing is right.
Ooh, Angela. Okay. You know, I am the first one to tell you, even if it's family, even if it's, I mean, I've had someone ask me about their mom. Like if someone is not giving you peace and is bringing you more pain than happiness, you have all the right and the choice to say, I don't want you in my life. I don't know what happened. I don't know what the situation is or how heavy it is. I don't know how old your boys are, but I can't say you're wrong because again, I don't know what happened. But if they love your boys as much as I hear they do, because I could hear it in your voice, that's why you're asking, because I feel like you don't have peace in your heart. So if you had peace in your heart completely, you probably wouldn't be asking me. So that for me is an indication that you're feeling a little unsettled in your soul about this. Maybe you don't have to have a relationship with your sisters right now, but if those boys love your sisters and your sisters love your boys, then maybe you should be a little open to having them in your kid's life. That's what I personally think. Now, I would set a boundary and say, please don't speak negatively about me to my boys. I will let you see them. You can pick them up or what have you. But I just feel like it's not the children's fault. You know what I mean? And that's where it's like, it's a very thin line. I mean, I'm very close to my siblings. So it's like, I can't even imagine not speaking to my siblings. But again, I don't know the situation. I don't know what happened. And you seem pretty firm about that you just cut them out. So I respect that. But I am hoping that you guys can possibly talk about it. I feel like talking and just coming to an agreement, like hablando se entiende la gente, talking about it, people understand each other. So that's my only thing. But other than that, I don't know. If your boys want to see them and if your boys miss your sisters, that I just wouldn't take that from them. That's just my personal opinion. So yeah, Angela, thank you. And I'm praying. May you make the best decision. Looking forward to hearing from you again, okay? Okay, so now our next question comes from Brenda.
Hi, Chiquis. How are you, love? My question for you is, how do you start or continue a successful business? Obviously, with this economy right now, it's so bad. And, we all want money, of course, to provide and such. But it's just something that would be very interesting to see and learn how, in fact, you start from the bottom, and then you start working your way up with patience and motivation, especially now that, like me, myself, I've tried applying so many places. And because I had my children and I waited until a long time to raise them, and so people wouldn't hurt my children because you never know who you can leave them with, I can't even find a job right now. And so I wanted to go a different route. And I do have a small business, but it's stuck. So it's frustrating and such, but it's just something that would be very helpful if you would help us with giving us some ideas and feedback. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Love you.
I love you too, Brenda. Thank you. Well, I think it's, first of all, a very beautiful and selfless thing that you did for your children by staying home and raising them. I think that in itself is a huge job, and that's amazing. And now that you're trying to, focus a little bit more on Brenda, I get it. It can be frustrating. Absolutely. I've been there. I had a salon for 4 years and I made absolutely no money. I was actually losing money. And that was my very first business by myself. So it really did hurt until I just knew I can't. If this is not giving me what I need, then I have to cut the bleeding and just stop it here. And as much as it hurt, my ego even as well, of course, I did it and I felt better. I'm not saying for you to do that with your business. I don't know how long your business has been in business. It usually takes about 2 years to get a business going. And it goes from literally crawling to walking to running. It takes time. So you have to be patient. And if you feel after a while it's not working out, it's okay for you to say, okay, let me try something else. But it is going to be frustrating. You have to be patient. I wish I had a little bit more information to give you better advice, but don't give up. I mean, I know that sounds so cliche, but try putting it out there. Like, you can boost Instagram posts, like you can boost them and put a little bit of money behind them on Facebook as well. And just keep going, little by little. The person that quits is the one that you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying sometimes you have to, I quit on my, on my salon. I was like, I can't do this anymore, but it opened the door to something else. So don't be closed to that or feel like, oh, if I close this down, I'm going to be a failure. No, you can start again. You can start something else. Look around your neighborhood or where you live, or what are people really into? What are they wanting? Do your research, all that stuff, so that maybe you can start another little business, still keeping this one and just start another little hustle. It could be even cooking, girl, cooking freaking food and meal prepping. I don't know, because you can still take care of the kids and do that at home. Just little things. I don't know. Think outside of the box, but be patient, okay? It takes a little bit of time. All right, so the next question comes from Jenaya.
Dear Chiquis, you might not end up getting my question, but it's worth a shot. What kind of advice would you give to somebody that has depression and doesn't find the motivation in anything? And it's just been so dark lately. I love you. So good to see you doing amazing, and always been a fan, always will be a fan. And thank you for being you. Thank you for staying humble, and thank you for not forgetting where you came from. Love you. Bye.
Oh, you're going to make me cry. Thank you so much. Oh, see, like you're making my day. You know what I mean? Like that should give you hope. Like you're making someone else smile. So you are important. So know that you are valuable. You are here for a reason. And you have to know that. You have to believe that. I've had those dark moments where I just want to give up. I get it. I have been there. It's been tough. But you also have to remind yourself, this is just a moment. It's just a bad day. It's not a bad life. And this too shall pass. Like you have to repeat that. And I know it sounds a lot easier said than done, but you have to look in the mirror and be like, this is just a moment. This isn't who I am. There are times when I'm feeling sad and just like a lot of worries and stresses. And I literally rub my hands all over my body and I throw out like outside the window. I'm like, I release any feelings, emotions that do not belong to me. Any stresses or worries, I release them to heaven. I am protected. And sometimes even focusing on like what you do have. That helps a lot. Like I have a roof over my head. I have clothes on my back. I have food in my refrigerator. All that stuff helps you live in the moment. There is so much power in the now, which is a book that I recommend. That helps so much. Just living like this moment right now is so valuable and we're never going to have it again. And just really cherishing that, it really allows us to step out of whatever it is that we think, because sometimes it could be something that's hurting us. Absolutely. When I was going through my divorce and it was a very dark moment in my life for like 3 months, I was trying to pull myself out of that black hole. So I get it. So I don't know necessarily what is making you feel sad, but most of the time it has to do with things that already happened, the past. And what you have to do is just focus on the future and focus in the moment and say, okay, I'm okay right now. Focus every day. And then tomorrow will be another day and take it day by day. And just know that you are here for a reason. And you just made me smile. You really did. So thank you. And I hope that you feel better. And I'm praying for you and pray. That's another thing. No te sueltes de la mano de Dios. Don't let go of God's hand, of your faith, whatever that may be. Just have faith in something much higher than you. It exists. It really does. And that also helps, like knowing there's something bigger than me out there. So I'm sending you a big ass hug. Thank you so much for tuning in and for, just making me smile. Honestly, you made me really happy. Okay, so that's all the time we have for today's episode. I always look forward to hearing from you guys. I really do. You guys make me so happy and I'm glad that I'm able to help you guys as well. Anywho, leave me your questions at speakpipe.com/Chiquis and Chill podcast. Okay, I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Los quiero mucho. This is a production of iHeartRadio and the My Cultura Podcast Network. Follow us on Instagram at My Cultura Podcast and follow me, Chiquis, that's CHIQUIS. For more podcasts from iHeart, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, and check us out on YouTube.